Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, chosen by Allah. This message is not for everyone. It is for the one who prayed in silence, who cried in secret, and who waited without seeing. It is for you who have heard in your heart that something was going to happen. You didn't dream it. You didn't invent it. Allah has whispered a promise to you, and now that promise is manifesting. You feel it, don't you? Something is different. There is a strange peace in your heart. There is a discreet light that tells you, get up, the time has come. You can't explain it, but you know. You know that Allah did not put you through all these trials for nothing. You know that He did not allow all these delays and silences to leave you there. You know that there is plus. There were days when you doubted. You asked, did I misunderstand? Was it just my imagination? But deep inside you, something refused to give up. Your soul clung to a certainty. Allah spoke to me, not with audible words, but with signs, dreams, verses, reminders. And every time you were about to let go of everything, a sign came back to tell you, wait. Not yet, but soon. And today, that soon has become now. Chosen one, do not take this moment lightly. What you felt for months, years perhaps, what you had hidden even from those closest to you, Allah saw it, and He said, the time has come. You didn't get here by chance. You arrived here because heaven decided that your time should come. Now is not the time to doubt. Now is not the time to go back. It is time to believe, walk, and receive. So listen carefully. Stay focused. Because what you've been waiting for is already on its way, and Allah has prepared you for this moment. You are ready. Chosen one, if Allah has told you something, then it is true. And if He placed in your heart a conviction, a promise, a deep hope, it was not an illusion. It was a heavenly truth sown in your soul. Because Allah never lies to His servants. He doesn't play with your heart. He doesn't start a fire in you and then put it out. When He promises, it is to fulfill. How many times have you remembered this powerful verse? And who is more truthful in speech than Allah? Surah 4, verse 87. Person. No human being, no king, no authority on this earth has a word more certain than that of Allah. And you received a word, not always with words, sometimes just with certainty in the heart. But she was there, stable, persistent, faithful. You may have doubted yourself, but never doubt your Lord. For what He declares in the invisible, He manifests in the visible. What He reveals in solitude, He accomplishes in light. Even if the days passed without any concrete sign, even if the world around you seemed to contradict you, Allah was working in the invisible. He shaped, He prepared, He aligned things, because He loves you, because He chose you. So now that you feel the change coming, don't hold back out of fear. Remember that what you felt deep inside came from a pure place, connection with Allah. The Creator does not sow a promise in your soul and then abandon you. Number what He begins, He finishes. And what He announces to you, He fulfills at the perfect time. You're not crazy. You didn't hear wrong. You were not naive. You were simply believer. And now that things are beginning to change, you must remember what has been revealed to you. It's time to remind your heart of what Allah told you in silence. Because what was deposited in you was real, powerful, divine. And today, what you carry within you will be born. Chosen one, now that you see the signs starting to move around you, it is essential that you prepare your heart. Because what you've been waiting for doesn't happen suddenly. No, Allah takes things slowly, with wisdom, so as not to break you, but to elevate you. He does not throw His blessings out at random. He sends them at the right time, to the one who is ready to receive them with gratitude, patience, and faith. So take a good look at what your heart is experiencing today. You may feel a sudden agitation, like an inner call that pushes you to pray more, to purify yourself more, to detach yourself from the superfluous. This is not a coincidence. It is Allah who prepares you to receive what He has promised. Because Allah's blessing does not descend on a heart burdened with doubts or distractions. It descends on an aligned, sincere, purified heart. Maybe lately you have isolated yourself. Less contact, less conversation, less noise. Don't think it's empty. It's a divine exclusion. Allah has removed you from the noise to speak to you. He has removed you from what was occupying your mind so that you could be attentive to His call. Because before receiving what comes, you need to be in a state of inner peace. You must be free from anything that could prevent you from saying yes to what Allah has prepared for you. And now that the first changes are coming, you feel this peace settling in, don't you? You feel that despite everything you don't yet understand, your soul is stable. This is the sign that you are entering into manifestation. For the believer's heart is warned before things manifest around him. Allah informs you, awakens you, softens you, so that when it happens, you are ready, standing, confident. What you felt for so long is now being shaped before your eyes. Now is not the time to doubt. Now is not the time to go back. It's time to say to your soul, prepare yourself. For what Allah has told me is here, and I am ready to embrace it. Elected official, you need to know one essential thing. When Allah brings a promise to fulfillment, He also changes the posture of your soul. You are no longer the same person you were when you received the promise. You have been trained. You have been broken, repaired, raised. Each trial has prepared you. Each silence has purified you. Each expectation has strengthened your faith. You are no longer just hoping. You are become. You are entering into the identity that this promise requires. Because what Allah is bringing requires a level of spiritual maturity that you did not possess before. This is why He kept you in the shadows for a while. This is why you didn't see the results right away. Because Allah wanted you to be ready to carry what He was going to give you. And now that the promise comes, you no longer have the right to behave like you used to. You can no longer linger in doubts, nor drag on things from the past. You must align yourself with the greatness of what Allah has prepared for you. You must think higher, pray harder, walk with firmer faith. Because what you will receive will not be small. It will be something that will push you to another dimension in your relationship with Allah. Look at the signs. Your heart is calmer. Your mind is clearer. You understand things that you didn't understand before. This is no coincidence. It is an inner preparation. Allah is removing old fears, old attachments, old thoughts, because He wants may you be a worthy vessel of what He will pour out. And this is just the beginning. You will notice that doors will open, people will appear, situations will align, but above all, you will notice that you no longer react as before, because your soul has grown, because your heart understands, because now you know. You know that the time has come, that the promise is real, and that your role now is to walk in this reality, with faith, with dignity, with constancy. Chosen one. There is one thing you must keep in mind. When the promise comes, it also tests your heart. Many think that the difficulty lies in waiting, but in truth, the most difficult test begins when what you have hoped for comes. Because at that moment, Allah observes if you still choose to love Him more than the promise. If He has shaped you all this time, it is so that your heart remains centered on Him, even in the midst of abundance, success, or change. It's not a trap. This is an opportunity to prove that your relationship with Allah is not based solely on what you receive, but on who He is for you. Do you love Him because He gives to you? Or do you love him even when he delays? And now that he gives you, will you love him even more? This is the true test of the chosen one. Look around you. You feel doors opening. You hear confirmations. You receive answers. But do you also feel this greater responsibility that comes with that? Because every blessing requires a new discipline. Every victory requires an even more humble heart. And each step you take requires you to remain prostrate, grateful, aware that all this was never in your hands, but always in those of Allah. This is why, at this stage, you must intensify your closeness to Him. Don't walk away. Don't be distracted by the new. Don't let the arrival of what you hoped for make you forget the one who gave it to you. For Allah is jealous of your heart. He wants to remain your refuge, your confidant, your essential, even when everything is accomplished. He wants you to continue seeking Him, not because you have an urgent need, but because your love for Him has grown beyond the need. So in this phase, where the promise becomes reality, remains prostrate internally. Talk to Him some more. Thank Him in detail. Offer Him your tears of gratitude, because this moment that you are experiencing is a privilege, an honor, a response of love from Allah for a heart that continued to believe, even when all seemed silent. Chosen one, understand a spiritual truth. What you are experiencing now is not only a blessing, it is a mission. Allah never gives you something just for your personal comfort or pleasure. He gives you to serve, to guide, to enlighten those who are still in the night you knew. What you have received is not just a response to your faith. It is a responsibility. Allah did not make you wait all this time for no reason. He allowed tears, silences, pain, so that you deeply understand what others are going through. Because now that the light comes into your life, you become a mirror of His mercy. You become a sign to those who doubt, a living reminder that Allah's promise is real. And through you, Allah will speak. Through you, He will touch hearts. But this requires you to posture of service, no pride. Don't think you deserved all this by your own strength alone. Don't think that you got there by your own efforts alone. What you are experiencing today is the fruit of the rahmah of Allah, and this mercy is entrusted to you to spread, not to keep selfishly. Because the more Allah gives you, the more He expects from you. The more you receive, the more you must give. So be attentive. There are people around you who are at the stage you were at yesterday. They are still waiting, in doubt, in pain. And Allah will use your silent testimony, your newfound peace, your new light, to reassure them. You don't even need to talk much. Your posture will be enough. Your peaceful look, your calm behavior, your stable heart, all this will be a message. And remember this, the more you transmit, the more Allah renews His favors. For the chosen one is not a consumer of divine benefits. He is a living channel of the grace of Allah. And as long as you remain in this posture of humility, as long as you continue to see everything as a sacred deposit, Allah will continue to entrust you with more wisdom, more impact, more light. Chosen, now that the promise is fulfilled and the light dawns on your path, don't think everything will be simple. Just because the blessing has come doesn't mean the fight stops. In truth, it changes shape. You no longer have to fight to receive, but you must now fight to preserve. Because what you have received can be attacked, diverted, or suppressed if you do not remain vigilant. Know this, the shaitan never relaxes his ruse. He sees that you are reaching a new level, that you are becoming a bearer of light, a witness to the faithfulness of Allah. And he will do anything to distract your attention. He won't try to stop you with pain like before, but by distractions, flattery, spiritual fatigue, excess comfort. This is why you have to enter a new discipline. If you prayed before with a broken heart, pray now with a grateful heart. If you used to call on Allah with tears of need, call on Him now with tears of gratitude. Because the bond you built with Him while waiting must be maintained even after the answer arrives. Otherwise, you risk drifting away without even realizing it. Also, pay attention to your surroundings. Some people around you will not understand what you're going through. Others will try to take advantage of what you get. And some will even be troubled by your light because it reminds them of what they have neglected within themselves. Don't blame them. Don't justify yourself. Stay focused on the one who raised you. For your elevation comes from your intimacy with Allah, not from the approval of people. And remember, chosen one, what you have today is precious. Protecting a fulfilled promise is a work of worship. This requires remaining humble, renewing your intention, keeping your heart in gratitude, and never forgetting the origin of your elevation. Because what you are experiencing is fragile. But in the hands of Allah, it becomes eternal if you continue to walk with faith. Chosen one, now that you are wearing what you have long waited for, it is time to understand the true meaning of divine moment. You weren't raised to stand still. Allah brought you through the waiting, shaped you in silence, then raised you in secret, so that now you move with His permission. It's no longer time to wait. It's time to act, to fully embrace what you have become. Many receive blessings, but do not move forward because they remain frozen in fear, in doubt, in the idea that it is not yet the right time. But you, chosen one, Allah has already prepared you. If you look back, you will see that everything you have experienced has equipped you for now. What happens in your life today is the exact answer to all the steps before. You no longer need proof. You are ready. So don't be afraid to act, to dare to take your place. The world around you needs what you wear, and Allah would not entrust this season to you if you were not able to honor it. Don't wait to be validated by people to start. Don't look for signs when Allah has already shown you everything in your heart. He told you that something is coming, and now it's here, it's there, it's alive. Now is the time, but always move forward with faith and submission. Don't rush, but don't stay paralyzed. Walk with a clear awareness that every step is guided, every door that opens is written, every interaction has a purpose. Because the chosen one never walks by chance. It follows a divine trajectory. And even when he doubts, Allah gently corrects him. Even when he stumbles, Allah lifts him up with love. Don't let your past chain you. Don't let past failures keep you from enjoying this victory. You are no longer the person you were. You are the fruit of all these trials, a living witness to the mercy of Allah, and now an actor of His will on earth. Be bold in your faith, firm in your prayer, and gentle in your heart. Because what you are experiencing today is the start of a new mission. Chosen one, you have gone through stages. You have seen blessings manifest in your life. But never forget that it is not an outcome. It is a new beginning. When Allah blesses you, He does not bless you to stop, but to make a new start. Each fulfilled promise opens the door to new responsibilities, new challenges, new opportunities to grow even closer to Him. Now, more than ever, you are called to act with awareness. What you do with your blessing is crucial. What you choose to build with what you have been given, and how you use these blessings, will have a profound impact on your relationship with Allah and those around you. Every blessing you carry is a reflection of your faith, of your commitment to remain sincere in your quest for truth and light. You saw how the promise came true. But know that the ordeal never ends. It changes shape. Now that you have what you expected, the test will be to maintain this blessing in a state of purity. For whatever you have received from Allah must be protected, preserved, and used wisely. This is where your real spiritual work begins.
Remember that it is not the fulfillment of the promise that makes you chosen, but how you continue to live afterward. Allah expects you to stay faithful, that you continue to seek His closeness, even when everything seems to be going well. Don't rest on your laurels, but look for more. Let each blessing be a motivation to seek more, not in possession, but in worship. The last step of this journey is perhaps the most important. Thank Allah in every moment, every breath, every success. Don't let your gratitude fade over time. May your gratitude be greater than ever. Remember, your life is living proof of His mercy, and every step you take from now on must reflect this truth. This is how you honor the path you have traveled, and you honor the one who has guided you this far.